RuneScape. RuneScape. Many of us see it as the game where we complete impossible grinds over decades. Many of us see it as a competitive rhythm game, but few see it as a world of many tales. Join me as I complete every quest in order of release date on an Iron Man. But here's the twist, I must complete every quest in every version of RuneScape starting with Classic. Hello, and welcome to ChronoScape. Hey there again, it's been all of a week since the last episode went up. At the end of the last episode, I told you guys that I have all of 3 quests left in free-to-play. One of them being one of the hardest quests in RuneScape Classic ever. I'm talking about, maybe you heard of it, Dragon Slayer. Hey, I can feel a judgment. This is in the top 5 most difficult quests in RuneScape Classic. But before we get there, I still have 2 other quests to get done. The first quest we are going to do today is Goblin Diplomacy. By this point, we got some nice quality of life updates to the user interface. Granted, you wouldn't be able to tell by the way that I played the game, but we now have a quest list that shows all of the possible quests in a completion state. That, and I found out too late that I was supposed to be using a one mouse click menus for everything up until this point. Either way, that was a mistake on my part, but it doesn't change too much, thankfully. And the last update was the official implementation of crafting. That means my account is now back in compliance with the era. Enough for updates, let's get to the quest. Before I start Goblin Diplomacy, I am going to grab the Goblin Mail in preparation because I know I'm going to need it. It's basically the whole quest. Here's the first one, the second one, and the last one. That wasn't too bad. Only took me about like an hour to get all 3 and gave me some melee levels. Now let's start Goblin Diplomacy, which does not actually start in Goblin Village. I only knew this going in because I played 04scape with some friends and found out that it starts down here at the Rusty Anchor. I think I actually like the premise of starting a good amount of quests in like a bar or like some inn as like a roomer. That would be cool. But most of the time now we just approach a random person or a situation and just kind of like take the quest on ourselves. This bartender gives us the rundown of goblins bickering about the color of their armor, which could lead to a goblin war that devastates the countryside. Really, who cares? But he wants our help to see if we can put a stop to it before it becomes unmanageable. Should be easy. Here are the Goblin Generals. General Bentnose and General Wartface. Wartface, must I say the red armor is far superior to green armor. Why do you say that, Bentnose? Because, red is the color of speed. Our goblins could be swifted to battle. Is that so? Why do I believe we should be looking for alternative means? For instance, the green armor should allow our goblins to be poisonous. Although I could see the connection, I must inform you that poisonous implies that our troops are to be devoured. However, red clashes with our skin color. Nothing screams incompetence as much as having tacky uniforms. I see. We are at an impasse. Shall we hold a training session between platoons to dictate which color is superior? I believe we shall. Hey, wait. I heard that you guys could use some help picking colors. And whom might you be? Oh, I'm just an adventurer. I go by Chrono. Pleasure to meet you, Chrono. We are just having a dispute whether our uniform shall be red or green. I believe you could also pick additional colors. It doesn't have to be one or the other. Preposterous. Do you mean to imply that colors we selected are not viable? Maybe? Very well. What color do you suggest? Brown? Or in this version, I guess it would be light blue? And what would that color do? What? May I suggest orange? The color should make our troops fireproof. We will test my hypothesis, of course, on one of our goblins when you return. I will see what I can get. So they just want orange armor. Okay. We can speak to Aggie down in Draenor to help make some dyes. We can dye the armor orange by mixing red and yellow dye, then applying it to the armor. Why am I telling you this? Well, I mostly wanted to tell you about how I witnessed my friend trying to apply 2 dyes to an object for a quest, expecting it to mix on the object itself. He would have been right under normal circumstances, but this is RuneScape. We don't do that here. Let's return to the goblins with the orange armor. Ah, the human returns with the orange armor, I presume. Yeah. Bring out Grubfoot. And fire.
The armor is fine, but I am melting.
Oh, we should have expected an outcome like this. Oh well, that is why we conduct experiments first. Okay, my turn. Bring me, blue armor. Blue is the color of the ocean, meaning it is unaffected by water. I'll be right back. For this dye, we need to get a couple of wold leaves from Weiss and the gardener before stopping at Aggie. Let's take this back. Oh, phenomenal timing. Grubfoot the second. The Grubfoot family are all fantastic models. Now, place him in the ocean for 10 minutes to test my theory. Well, the armor appears to be fine, but most would be with only 10 minutes of water application. How about I pick the last color? Sure, I guess you can. Can't possibly be any more disastrous than the last two attempts. How about normal? Normal light blue armor. And what would that color do? Provide additional protection from attacks. Fantastic. We have seen that already in action from the other goblin tribes. Were we always behind in R&D compared to them? Please, adventurer, bring us the final armor. Too easy. And the quest is complete, giving us 5 quest points and a crafting level. With Goblin Diplomacy done, we jump forward to June 11th, 2001 for Pirate's Treasure. Alright, Goblin Diplomacy is done. It's June 11th. Today we see the addition of female variants of armor, which just replaces plate bodies with breastplates, really. Which sees a couple of new guys appear that I've never even met myself, but they exist, over in Varrock. But we also got moves to the point of Karumja. That's cool and all, but it would just be another one-off location for a quest. Except that by this point, we also see another skill added to the game that enhances the healing capability of the player. That's right, we have fishing. Oh, I've waited for you for so long. We can gather shrimp, anchovies with a net, pike, sardines, and herring with a rod and bait, trout and salmon with fly fishing over in Barbarian Village, tuna, lobsters, and most importantly, swordfish in Karumja. But we are not going to do anything with that skill just yet. First, let's take care of Pirate's Treasure. We can start the quest by speaking to Redbeard Frank in the Rusty Anchor, just like the last quest. There isn't too much in the way of a story for this quest. Frank wants a specialty drink from Karumja in exchange for some treasure he has. He would buy the drink himself, but got banned after smuggling a crap ton of it to other kingdoms and raising security around Karumjan ports. So we have to go to Karumja ourselves, buy a bottle, and get a job to load bananas into crates. Of course I'm going to take advantage of my first job. I'm going to smuggle rum in this crate. Then I quit after finding out my wages are awful. And I think my SoundCloud career is going to be popping off soon. And then as soon as I got back to Port Sarim, I found out that my SoundCloud only popped off because I was a joke. Oh, I got another job working at this food store only to find the rum in the banana crate from my last job. Quit my second job because I remember that my treasure hunting career is going to be popping off soon. Return the drink to Frank, and he sends me to the Blue Moon Inn with a key. Got his map. Dig on this spot in Faldor. Wyson, why are you attacking me? I bought wold leaves from you. I showed you my mole parts. Really trying to kill me over such a minor offense. So I killed my friend and got a ring, cut emerald, and some money, and 2 quest points. I probably killed for less, if I'm going to be honest. Regardless, now it's Pirate's Treasure, ending off today, June 11th, 2001. After Pirate's Treasure, we actually skip a good amount of time through the year to finish on the big bad quest, Dragon Slayer. This is the last quest to come out in 2001 and the very last quest to come out for free-to-play for a very long time. It took over 3 months for Gower to release Dragon Slayer after Pirate's Treasure. That makes today September 23rd, 2001. Keep in mind, just because it took him this long to release the quest doesn't mean he stopped working on updates completely. Today we can now perform leather crafting. It is also now possible to obtain some monk robes. Maybe. I don't know, I thought upstairs in the monastery was members only. Either way, it is the current and for a long time best prayer gear in the game. We can now mine silver rocks at level 20 and make holy symbols. Banks can now hold items for the first time and a page worth at that, meaning 48 slots of storable items. Rune weapons, armor, and aura were added to the game, which is the best in slot defense for the chest and legs until the end of Classic. I can get nearly all of it except for the Rune Med Helm, since it was added to Lesser Demons, so I am not going to bother chasing it. If I happen to get it while training at some point, then I happen to get it. The Wilderness was added, but it was missing a lot of locations we would go to today. And this is going to be an important detail soon. However, before I do Dragon Slayer, I want to improve my stats drastically. My goals before doing Dragon Slayer is to obtain and equip full adamant armor, a rune weapon, and have a nearly, if not full inventory of lobsters with a strength potion. There is a hard requirement for me to have 33 magic or 31 with Wizard's Mind Bomb. And soft requirements, I have to have 7 crafting for an unfired bowl and 34 smithing to make steel nails. Starting off, I want to get some money. When I get money, I will have an easier time training my stats and getting materials. Which brings me to the Wilderness. A location many players fear to tread, but it is home to a lot of valuable resources. Luckily, I'm on single player, so there's no real fear. One of the best money makers for early accounts is collecting steel plate bodies, which I plan on doing. The steel plate body spawns in the lava maze every 10 minutes. This equates to about 7,200 GP per hour. However, by this point in time we had 5 Runescape servers up and running, which could raise the theoretical GP per hour to 36,000, yet making trips to and from the lava maze was not a feasible long-term solution to my GP problems with my current stats. I died for the first time on my account. But worse than that was the walking. I walked from Lumbridge to the lava maze, and that is a half-hour ordeal in itself. I was getting frustrated that the few hours of collecting steel plate bodies was going to change to 6 times the effort in smithing equipment. So I took a break to try crafting and smithing a little bit since they were requirements anyhow. I also did some training on my melee combat skills to base 30s. Even started training my fishing to level 40 for the lobsters, which I would sail to Karumja and fish, chop down a tree over here, and cook the lobsters until I had a full inventory, just to save time and money. Then one day, while perusing some options for money making, I came across a steel plate leg spawn in the overgrown town not too deep into the wilderness. It was not the same as the steel plate body, but it was still 3 times better than what I have. When I got there, the place was loaded with a bunch of level 36 deadly red spiders. But this was not as big of a problem as I anticipated. I lured the spiders out of the building and locked the doors on them on every single world, and now I had 5 plate mail legs at my disposal for 19,500 GP per hour. After roughly 4 hours of hopping, I could purchase all of my goals. This was everything I could have asked for. However, some of you might say, wait, didn't the overgrown village come out after this update? And you'd be right. Yeah, I found out later that the overgrown village and lava maze didn't come out until the next quest update in February 2002. I have cheated, and my character is, once again, no longer in compliance with the era. I didn't figure this out until I had already completed Dragon Slayer and read the update notes for February 27th, so I took it upon myself at that time to do the long, grueling process of smithing steel equipment with an estimated value of 240 GP per bar to remake the 60,000 gold I earned out of era. This equates to about 250 steel bars worth of equipment. There is the 250 iron ore, getting us to mining levels. There is the 500 coal. We are ready to make these bars. Just selling off the last of the items, and the first rune item has been acquired. Wow, feels so good buying this. After obtaining all the melee equipment, I then purchased all the runes I would need for 33 magic, and went to the wizard's tower to cast strike spells on the lesser demon up there. Nothing special happened except getting the level. Now my final goal is to get my attack and strength to level 40. Which I am just going to camp hill giants for a little while since I need a law rune and limp words anyhow for a couple parts in the quest. Now that all the prerequisites are met, we are finally prepared to do Dragon Slayer. We can start Dragon Slayer just south of Elvarg at the Champions Guild. But to enter the Champions Guild, we need 32 quest points, which we already have. The requirement used to be every quest in the game done, which was quickly altered. And in here, we just speak to Guildmaster. So this is what it's like to be a champion. It is kind of a middling experience, not gonna lie. You! Who let you in? There is a requirement that must be met. Like 32 quest points? Yes, and, well, to stay here, you need to complete one last quest. Funny you should mention that. That is why I'm here. What is your quest? I need a demon no, that's too generic. There's like 100 of those quests. A chef needs help. No, he always needs help. You must acquire the Holy Grail. Oh, of course not. That isn't out yet. Fine. I have nothing for you, but maybe my friend Oziak does. Go speak to him. He is in an inconvenient location between Edgeville and the monastery. Very well, I will be back, but should I complete this quest? You owe me a lifetime of membership. Fine, fine. Get out of here. Not like you will live long. You will most likely be sent to kill a dragon or something. Wait. Yes, that is it. We need him to kill Elvarg. Delightfully evil. I shall tell Oziak at once. Not too bad, just wish we didn't have to talk to Oziak. Hello, are you Oziak?
What? Who told you?
The Champions Guild Guildmaster told me that I could find you here for a quest.
The Guildmaster, you say? Why, yes, I do have a quest, and if you can complete it, I will let you have the fine opportunity to purchase a rune plate body.
Purchase?
Yes!
It is a best in slot for this era, and I need to make money. Ugh, fine. What is the quest?
There has been a looming terror over Krandor, an island just north of Korumja, that has been reduced to ash. I simply ask that you kill Elvarg, the dragon there. Nothing too serious.
Now this is what I was looking for.
This is what you were looking for? Ah, crap. Well, you need to get there, and the map to travel there has, been torn apart. Yep. There's a key to a maze in Remington where a map piece will be. Speak to the Oracle on top of White Wolf Mountain. Wait, I mean Ice Mountain. And the last piece, find it on some Goblin, probably. Oh, and last thing, you must convince the Duke of Lumbridge to give you an anti-dragon shield. Good luck.
Thanks. Be back as soon as I can.
Guildmaster, crab, the adventurer is totally prepared for this quest. Rip up that map and send your guild members to act as a barrier. One of them to a maze, another to the top of Ice Wolf Mountain, and the last to a goblins. I will do what I can.
Sure is weird that Oziak knows so much about the map, but doesn't have a copy of the map itself. Oh well, first we'll talk to the Oracle on top of White Ice Mountain. She is telling me that I need another 4 things for a locked door under the mountain. Ooh, riddles! Wow, can you really call those riddles? Drink for mages, wizard mind bomb, worm string changed to a sheet, silk, small crustacean cage, lobster pot, a bowl that has not seen heat, an unfired bowl. Was this piece locked up by an artisan? What gives? The unfired bowl we can make in Barbarian Village, the wizard's mind bomb from Rising Sun Inn, lobster pot from the fishing shop in Port Sarim, and silk from Alcarid. All too easy. Click this door. Hey, that was my stuff. Anyway, there's the first map piece. Next, let's talk to our 2 old pals, the Goblin Generals, and they don't have any details about it. Well, it was this goblin down here in this jail cell. We just kill him until he grabs his piece. We don't even get the choice to pay him. The last piece we need is from this maze in Remington. This is the second hardest part about this quest. Not the rats, but just about everything else. They all have the same sprite regardless of who the key bearer is. In old school RuneScape, you can usually see a small detail that defines which one drops it. On here, good luck. But there is one that drops it 100% of the time. Got lucky on that first ghost, so I will try luring the others into a room to reduce wrong ghosts. Oh no, he got out. I'm gonna have to kill you. I didn't want this to happen. Whatever, I'll just take the shortest path door first, and trial and error my way through it all. That door was wrong. Second door, multiple ladders. This one, wrong. Third door, yay, it was right. Now on to the skeletons. First one has it, very nice. Let's try this far one. Did I reset myself? No, I got it right. Now that we're on to zombies, it's a 50-50, and the first one had it. Maybe I should speak to Oziak more often. Now, we kill this guy named Melzar.
Ha! I am the crazed and psychotic Melzar. That is totally not the Champions Guild member sent here to plant a map piece. Blech.
With Melzar, the probable owner of this place, dead, I now not only own this place, but I must kill the demon in the next room to get the final map piece. That is the map assembled. One last thing before we take off to Crandor, I just need to say what up to the Duke and get an anti-dragon shield. Now we are ready to take on Elvarg. Now that we have the map, we need a means of traveling there because all the ship captains here are pussies and refuse to go there themselves. What this means is that we need to get a captain and a boat. Clarence here is willing to sell me his damaged ship for 2,000 gold. So, let's see the damage. Woo-wee! That is a big old hole. I bet it can fit so many amulets of glory through there. To fix the boat, we need to use our 3 planks and 12 nails to patch it. Goodbye, communal glory holding hole. Now let's go talk to Ned. I think he'll captain my ship.
I'm old, blah blah blah. Miss those days, blah blah. Give me a ship I'd sail anywhere.
That is what I like to hear. So I abducted Ned and tied his hands to the wheel. Now that we have everything sorted to take on Elvarg, I'm going to gear up as best I can. Wish me luck. Hit this strength potion and fighter. 2 hits on entering the fight? Did you get it up to 11? This is quite a long fight, and I feel like it is getting close. It is so close. Come on, kill her. Come on, it's right there. 0. 0. He's dead. I need to get out of here though. Tell you to Varrock, you're safe and the quest is done. I thought I was going to have to teleport out several times just from the sheer damage. Anyhow, quest instantly completed itself after killing her, but we got 2 quest points, 3 strength levels, 5 defense levels, but most importantly, Guildmaster owes me a lifetime subscription. Hell yeah! We have completed the first year of Runescape, and now today is February 27th, 2002, the day membership was released. See you all then.